The Steel City might be most associated with this legendary NFL franchise, but people here in Pittsburgh know that the ties to the Panthers run deep. Glad to have you with us here at Acrisure Stadium, home to the Pittsburgh Panthers. The Hurricanes will get us started with the opening kickoff. From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. The Panthers will be in a hole thanks to that short return. And here's the man they'll try to feed the football to no matter what the coverage looks like, Jesse.
He's their best player on offense, and I like the way this coaching staff moves him around and tries to create good matchups to take advantage of, David.
And that makes it so hard to defend. When a receiver lines up in the same spot every time, I can bring extra coverage. Man, use this guy all over the field as a weapon of mass destruction.
It has been a season to forget, and honesty compels us to say changes are probably coming.
I'm not sure, but I think Reese Davis just fired a coach. Is that what I heard? I'm pretty sure that's what just happened. Listen, hasn't gone well. You've heard the outside noise, continuing to get louder and louder, haven't met expectations. And this is the business we live in college sports, when you get paid a lot of money to do a job and you don't perform.
Listen, at the end of the day in college football, it's results-oriented. They've lost football games this year, and so all signs right now pointing to them potentially making that change before next season. If they're going to stay competitive and they're going to field the best team and program possible heading into next year, then it looks as though a change is inevitable here.
And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. Pitt will have to boot this one away. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. Wants to return it. And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. So the Miami Hurricane offense takes the field and they'll have their first possession. You know, yards figure to be hard to come by through the air, but some quarterbacks, Jesse, just love to go at the star corner.
Yeah, and this guy's got confidence. He's not afraid to go at anybody, but he better be careful because this cornerback is one of the best in the nation.
One of the best, no doubt. And I think they will trust him on defense to make plays. So you got to make a decision. Is my guy good enough to beat him on the outside? I am fascinated by this matchup.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Give to the running back. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A game for this one. They've circled this one all offseason, so they better be ready to bring it today, David.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes, and you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
Maybe a little long for a field goal, definitely too short to punt. Not much of a choice here as they'll go for it on 4th down. Makes the catch, he's got enough. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. And the Canes come to the line with a new set of downs. Anderson wants to throw. Flips it out in the flat. Finds a crease at the 20. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one.
And that's why if you're the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
He's got it. And he will score. Touchdown, Hurricanes.
And what a nice start for this offense. The throw game getting working, getting the touchdown pass. This quarterback getting a little bit of confidence. This passing game getting in a rhythm. Nice start for this offense.
And the PAT makes it 7-0. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they finish it with an 11-yard touchdown dart. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Pitt offense back on the field and ready to roll. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
On second down, looking to throw. And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes. The Panthers want to pick up the tempo. On third and long, he'll need to push it downfield. Going to try to pop one on the screen. They play that screen nicely. He tried to find his way to the marker, but it'll be fourth down. Pitt will line up to punt it away. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. Jesse looking to take it down the field for back-to-back touchdowns.
I think it's really important for them moving forward, too, to have a lot of balance, right? You want to be able to keep this defense guessing, Pollard.
Yeah, and you got me searching for answers after that last drive. You stack another drive on top of this, their defense's heads are going to be spinning all over the place.
And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
Really good offenses are able to attack short. You've got to be able to attack the whole field to make you honor that underneath part and the intermediate part, and then you take shots down the field. This will loosen up some shots for later in the game.
Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. The Pittsburgh offense is back on the field. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm. Got off the field really quickly. They need to put something together here.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive. So they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this drive.
On second down, they'll take to the air. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
Well, this guy's really feeling it. Of course, last week he had 2 sacks, and here he is in this one registering his first. This guy very quickly is making a name for himself as one of the best pass rushers in college football.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. Third and long from inside their own 20. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Grabbed in the middle. It's Renfro. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. Pitt will have to boot this one away. He only needs a sliver of daylight. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. Looking for a productive play on first down. Motion from the offense. They'll give it to the back. And with that stop, we are headed toward the end of the first quarter. We've reached the end of the quarter, and Miami is on top. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played one period. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game in the second quarter. Tried to pound it on first down, now back to the line. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Wrestled to the ground after picking up the first down. While the Canes are known for big-time playmakers, tough physical running is part of it too.
Yeah, you got to be able to have a team that not just is about sizzle, and we've seen so many Miami teams about sizzle, but some substance with some physicality, the run game.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. And he's tripped up, but not before picking up the first down.
And here we go. If you're an offense, you got to get that ground game going so you can have some balance, and then you give it to your quarterback, Palmer, and let him make some plays down the field later on.
Yeah, exactly. And coming into this game, this offense knew they were going to have to some way, somehow, at least establish a semblance of a running game for exactly what you just said. You got to be able to use play-action pass later in this game to get some explosive plays down the field, and it's a play like that that we just saw which can help them get that going.
He had to fight for a couple down to the 33.
I like the decision there in the RPO game too, guys. I know he only got a couple of yards, but that play's going to open up bigger opportunities throwing the football down the field in the RPO game too. So keep handing it off to this guy. Let him see what he can do. And when the defense gives you the look to hold the football and then finally throw it, that's when you take advantage.
The Canes will have it 1st and 10. And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down.
This defense really is on their heels. They've been on the field now for a long time on this drive, and they're just getting pushed around at the point of attack up front like we saw in that last one.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
That's a phenomenal job getting after the quarterback and getting a hit on him to affect his accuracy, because if they didn't get the pressure, that was going to be a touchdown. He had a guy wide open in the end zone. That was a golden opportunity, but the defense...
Touchdown, Canes! That is the ultimate grab and go for the score.
And it's now the second time this wide receiver has scored. Another outstanding job with the route. Great job securing the catch.
And the extra point makes it 14-0. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Pitt offense back on the field and ready to roll. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
He's right on target. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land.
Well, the offense is trying to get a big-time playmaker the ball out in space quickly with the wide receiver screen, but the defense is having none of it.
Pitt pushing the pace. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Trying to make magic with his feet. Short gain on the play before he slides. Pitt will line up to punt it away. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. Surprisingly makes a fair catch just outside the 40-yard line. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. They wanted to set the tone, strike quickly. Jesse, they've done exactly that, up 2 touchdowns.
And this quarterback has been dialed in, too. He's been so good reading coverage.
They intercept it. Got some room to run. He's at the 40. At the 20. Touchdown, Panthers. What a great play by the defense and paying it off with the interception return. The AT unit on the field. And after the extra point, they've cut the lead in half, down 14-7. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
A lot of eyeballs on your game, guys, and a view on this interesting matchup as well. Memphis needs to pick up the pace, but this puppy is far from over. And with this crowd there in Bluff City behind them, I'm kind of banking on a comeback. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Navy. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Powers through the defender. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. And here on first down, let's see if they keep it on the ground. Got it behind the line. It's Fletcher. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. You know, sometimes even a short game like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. And don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
The offense will have to use... Time out of the half.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And the Hurricanes will punt this one away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Fair catch called for and made. Here comes the offense on first down. Trying to start the drive with a pass. And this sophomore quarterback just put it out there a little too far.
As a quarterback, this is going to be a very tough game. You're going up against one of the top 20 units in the entire country. They know who your primary target is. They're going to be keying on him just like...
And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Oh, looks like the offense was able to recover it.
Good awareness by the offense. You never want to see the ball on the ground, but a nice job understanding to just kind of jump on it and make sure you keep possession.
Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. They've already punted 4 times in this game, and they're about to run the guy out there for a 5th time if they don't pick up the first down here. They'll go to the ground, and he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. Pitt will have to boot this one away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. So from the shadow of his goalpost, he gets the punt away. Boy, that seemed to be prime return territory, but instead he'll set the offense up with great field position. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. Based on this field position, Jesse, they need to get something on the board before the half.
And they got to be aggressive too, Reese. They've got the weapons to attack and try to steal a field goal here.
You practice these situations.
Going for it all. He snares it in the end zone. Touchdown, Miami.
Man, do you have to love the timing, the sixth sense to call that play and know it'll be successful. Jesse, you're looking for big plays when you call trick plays, and a touchdown, that's exactly what you want.
Man, the quarterback was licking his chops too, David. When he got the ball back from the running back, he knew he had his guy wide open. At that point, you're just thinking, don't underthrow it too badly, and don't miss this guy. Just give him an opportunity, and the trick play pays off.
He'll start the return inside his 5. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. They move the tight end all over. The give to the back. Really nice stop there from this senior leader. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Thanks, guys. What a scene there in Pittsburgh. What a fine performance we've seen. And I get it. A lot of coaches will say the difference between winning and losing comes down to stopping big plays and getting big plays. But if you ask me, it's more about how good you are on third down and how efficient you are in keeping drives alive. Those two stats can help you break the will of even the best defenses and help you come out on top. And with that, let's send it back to the guys on the north side of Pittsburgh.
And the Panthers will boot it away to start the second half. Here's the return from inside his 10. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. Line gets set, first down. Looking to move it through the air. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
Well, tip your hat to the defense getting that incompletion because that hasn't happened often for this guy. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. Can the defense continue to mix things up? See if they can maybe confuse this QB.
Wide receiver now comes in motion. Anderson will throw. And the sophomore just a little too much on that one.
Well, the good news is he did a nice job reading the coverage. He knew exactly where to go with the football that time. Just a little bit too much on that pass. You wonder if that's just nerves. He's got to settle himself down a little bit.
Unloads to the wideout. He's missed 3 in a row now with that last incompletion. And the Canes decide to punt it away. On the return, it's Robinson. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. The Pittsburgh offense is back on the field, looking for a productive play on first down. Looking for a crease. It's gone. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. Pitt right back to the line. On second down, wants to throw it. Quarterback on the move, still looking. They finally get him on the ground, but not before he rips off enough for a first down. It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line.
It's going to be tough on this defense containing this guy because he's got that sixth sense to get outside the pocket, and at that point, he's throwing it and hurting you, or you can take off and run. That time able to get the first down. Big challenge for the defense moving forward.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Across the 25, he's got room. So close to that end zone, he could almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense.
What an individual effort there by the quarterback on the RPO because everybody was covered. He just takes off, and he shows you his ability out in the open field. He's like a running back. He's got great vision. He's got the speed. He looks so natural when he's in the second level carrying the rock. Huge gain on offense by the Q. I love it on
Touchdown, Pitt! You thought they were done. They're not. They're back, baby. Got to start cutting into this lead somewhere. Now the question, will they have enough time?
But that's step one. You got to get that first score. You got to get back in the ball game and get some of that momentum back on your side. You still got more work to do, but step one accomplished.
He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. They still have the lead here, Jesse, but this would be a good time to put together a drive.
You're right, Reese. You can't rest easy right now. You just watch the opponent drive down the field and score a touchdown of their own. so you've got to answer that here. Your playmakers better step up.
And I don't know what it is about momentum. In all the locker rooms and all the years, coaching, everything, you can't quantify it, you can't measure it. And the momentum has swung to the other side. You got to get it back.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Quick touch pass to the receiver. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
You got to fight fire with fire. You got to fight speed with speed. There's a receiver with the ball out in the open field trying to get the corner, but a cornerback with the same type of speed and athleticism able to make the tackle. Nice job.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Going to take a shot at this DB. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down. The Hurricanes will call on their punt team. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. And nobody able to handle that punt. They'll let it bounce and roll out of bounds. The Pitt offense back on the field and ready to roll. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense was clicking. Everything went well, Palmer. They executed and got the touchdown.
And they really were in a nice rhythm as well. And I'd love to see that here on the next drive, too. Just keep doing what you're doing. Everything seems to be working, and you seem to have this defense on their heels.
Using the back as a receiver on the screen. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense.
You just can't hit the quarterback like that. The defender got caught red-handed. You want to be physical with the quarterback, but you can't give up those roughing the passer penalties. It's 1st and 10. Back to the ground with the running back. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. The Panthers are in the hurry-up. Off play action. Still looking on the move. And he gets out of there and gets some yardage and gets down without taking any punishment. Pittsburgh trying to put a touchdown on the board in this red zone trip. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. Brought down to the ground, but he has enough for the 1st down. Down to the 12-yard line, it's 1st down. He'll keep it himself. And he's sprinting. He'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Pittsburgh!
And this offense is so difficult to stop, especially in this area of the field, because of this QB's running ability, whether it's between the tackles or on the perimeter on designed QB runs. They showed it right there.
And the extra point was made without incident, and we're tied up here in the 3rd. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Week in and week out, guys, you never know what's going to happen in college football. Check this out. Tulane has the lead right now, but they just haven't been able to separate themselves yet inside Yeoman Stadium. They're up by a field goal over Missouri. We'll circle back if anything changes in this exciting college football matchup.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. They believe in that running game. Got 6 before he stopped at the 23.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
6-yard pickup on 1st down leaves him with 2nd and 4. From the gun to give, looking for room. He is tackled, but it'll be a fresh set of downs.
Well, the defense is on their heels right now. They're going to have to find a way to stop this guy. When he's got a head of steam, boy, he is hard to bring down.
Pulls and fires complete to the right. And oh, did they know that one was coming. They'll knock him down in the backfield.
That's a great example of the defense there tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the 1st.
After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. Pulls it and fires to the left. He's close to the 1st down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
When we see another catch by this guy, this defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. coach in coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground as soon as he catches the ball.
They fought tooth and nail through 3, and it is all locked up as we take a look at the stats. These two teams about to find out what they're made of as we open the 4th all tied up. First down to start the drive after the break. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. And he's tackled, but there's also a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Holding, offense.
Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. And the Canes are flying down the field. Direct snap. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
Yeah, this coaching staff, they're getting this offensive line lathered up and into a rhythm. Now they're letting them drive off the ball on first down on these running plays, and they're getting chunks of yardage.
After trying the running game, let's see if they do it again on second down. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. Past the 30. He's off to the races. Touchdown, Hurricanes! They move on top here in the 4th. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you had my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short and he did the rest of the work.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Pittsburgh offense is back on the field. They'll get this drive going from the 17. They'll throw it on first down. Catch in the middle, it's Renfro. They make the stop right there. Good pickup, it's still short of the first down. Pitt pushing the pace. Working that left side now. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Give to the back. Brought down at the 46, but he got 10 on the play. In search of that tying touchdown. They've moved the chains a couple of times. It's 1st and 10 again. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Caught in the backfield. It's Scott. They'll pick up 4. 2nd and 6 coming. Moving quickly. Trying to rattle the D. On second down, looking again to throw. Can't make the grab. Quarterback just missed him a little bit. This Hurricane defense has been an impenetrable wall all day, not moving an inch against these guys.
And it's a complete effort, Reese. It's the front. It's the defensive line owning the work up front. It's the linebackers running. It's the secondary all working together, reminiscent of the 2001 Miami defense. Under 10 points a game, putting together a performance tonight.
Pitt coming to the line after getting another first down.
You got to keep drives alive late in the game. When you're starting to get in the 4th quarter and it's a 1-score game, you got to do whatever you can as that quarterback to scramble around, get extra plays, extra first downs. Really nice.
And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
And giving up 3 sacks a week ago. Now you've already given up 4 sacks. They got to find a way to protect their quarterback. Give him a little bit more time.
They've got some serious work to do to keep that last one from messing up this drive. 2nd and 19. Got his man out of the backfield. Fights off a defender. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
And this offense, I think, will do a good job in this game divvying up the football and distributing it to different guys in the passing game. It won't just be receivers. It's not going to be tight ends. This running back, he's a weapon, too, after he catches it. You saw it right there.
On third down, he drops the throw. Trying to escape and get it himself. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact. No huddle here for the offense.
Every possession later in the game means so much more. You start getting in the fourth quarter, one-possession games, QB drops back and makes these first downs. These extra set of downs.
And down goes the quarterback. There are penalty flags down, but it looks as if this might be on the offense. They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. First down here for the offense. From the gun. Caught in the backfield. It's gone. And that defense pushing him out of bounds after a short gain. He's been under pressure all season, and they really haven't done much to turn down that heat. And it's just hard to imagine that this guy will be back leading this program next year.
Yeah, and you want to see him finish strong, and I think Coach needs to finish strong. All the negativity swirling around the program, obviously, you hear it. It's a part of it. The kids hear it, but finishing strong would kind of ease some of that from Palmer. It's the body of work. Everything he did this season is going to be taken into account, and it's going to be tough, I think, for him to keep his job.
It's a combination of wins and losses this year, but it's also about who's out there. There's some good big-time candidates.
And he can't get it off. Taken down. What a huge play this late in the game. He'll go up top, maybe a deciding play here. He'll take a shot. Throw to the end zone, picked off. Not only a great play, but tremendous discipline by this sophomore to make the pick.
And that is a backbreaker. It's fourth down, though. Listen, you got to throw the football. You got to try to make a play. But the defense came up big in a big moment.
Shakes off the tackler. Good, solid, determined run there. They'll mark him down at the 27. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Now on second down, and we'll probably see another run, and that might do it if they can get a first down. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. They'll try to move the chains on third and short from the 27. They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Now on first down from the 30. Wide receiver shows motion. Touch pass on the run. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
Really good job by the defense, seeing it and going and getting it. Nice job understanding the touch pass. It could happen. Those guys go in motion, man. I got to understand, safety's got to see that and start flying down, getting ready to play that. Nice job by the defense being ready for that play.
Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Anderson wants to throw. He's going for it all. He's got it down the left side. And he breaks into the open. Touchdown, Canes. And once he got away from the knee, they had no shot at catching it. They extend this fourth quarter lead, and now they are staring at a 7-game winning streak.
That is exactly what you want your offense to do. You want it to eat clock, but if you score, go up by 2 possessions, nail beat coffin, great execution by this offense to put this game away.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Pitt offense back on the field and ready to roll. I know the situation looks bleak, but have we nothing if we don't have hope, David?
Amen. I mean, just keep hope alive, pitch this pill around, use every second you got, make this game, Palmer, as close as you possibly can.
Crazier things have happened in college football, man. Let's just go find out. Let's find out where the playmakers are lined up and see if they can make something positive happen.
And back to the air on second down. That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds. 3rd and 10, still backed up inside their own 20. This drive hasn't really gotten started. From the gun, wants to pass. Just threw that one away to avoid disaster.
And this is why you don't want to get in these situations. 3rd and long, defense knows it's pass. They're playing pass, playing deep. QB has nowhere to go with the football, so he just throws it away.
On 4th down, they'll try to throw it. Fires to the right. And the pass is dropped and incomplete, and that's going to do it. Clock has struck 0, and the ball game is over. We sensed a great deal of confidence, almost a smugness from this coaching staff. And these guys on the field, it's as if they knew they were going to win.
Yeah, playing with a bit of a chip on their shoulder, and I think they really felt like they had a real good...
Welcome to Hard Rock Stadium, home of the Miami Hurricanes, a program that has been built on flash, excitement, swagger, even once a goal turnover chain. But the fundamentals of this program, substance. We'll have plenty of substance and swagger from the Canes today. Today, a ranked versus ranked matchup as a couple of top 25 teams get set to go jaw to jaw. As we'll see the number 23 team in the country, the Colorado Buffaloes, taking on the 5th-ranked team in the land, the Miami Hurricanes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. And the Buffaloes will get us underway with the opening kickoff. He'll call for the fair catch here. Offense getting set for first down. The give to the back. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
They're strong and they're strong. Defensive tackles, they're strong. They're such big jokers in the middle where they just lock out those offensive linemen. And running backs, listen, they don't have much of a chance. When you got that 300-plus pound guy grabbing you around the shoulder pad, you tend to go to the ground pretty quickly.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Motion trying to get the defense to show his hand. Grabbed behind the line. It's Martinez. And good blocking in space out there to give him enough room to pick up the first down.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. The quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the first down.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Quickly out to the tight end.
So difficult because my eyes tell me he's a defensive guy. He's handing it off. The offensive line's block and run. I got to go get it. Quarterback pulls it, throws it to the right. It's kind of like that hidden hat game. Like, where's the ball? I'm always trying to find that daggone thing.
Looking to pass. It's Ward. Throws to the tight end. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you could tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
As they come to the line on 3rd and short from the 43, I wonder if they already know they'll go for it if they don't make it here. That's incomplete. Tried to set up the screen, and he dropped the pass.
Well, they try to throw for it there on 3rd down on the opening drive of the game. They don't get it, but let's punt the ball away. Let's trust our defense. And, guys, let's also trust this home field advantage and the crowd to get loud and make it real difficult on our opponent.
The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. On 4th down, looking for the completion. Makes the grab well past the sticks. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. This offense plenty happy enough with the result of that play, so they just let the official put that flag back in his pocket and decline the penalty. The Canes will snap it on 1st and 10. Fast motion from the offense. Trying to get the edge with a quick touch pass. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made.
And I love right out of the gate, this offense is going to be creative, and they're going to try to get their best players the football out in the open field. You saw it right there.
Hand off from the gun. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up for the first down.
This running back in the Miami backfield is deadly because of his speed. He's so elusive. You get the feeling like he could score any single time he has the ball. He gives the offense a lot of balance, but he gives them that home run ability too.
And they try the middle of this defense, and that is not happening.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened there.
Looking to the big tight end. Makes the catch. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it 1st and goal. The offense threatening. Close to the end zone now with a new set of downs. A little pre-snap eye candy for the defense. Caught in the backfield, it's Martinez. Takes it to the house. Touchdown, Miami.
And that is what a team of this caliber is expected to do, right? They've got the better number beside their name by all the metrics, by a talent standpoint, coaching standpoint. They're the superior team, and they just drove the ball in the first possession of the game, and they looked like it, scoring a touchdown and asserting their dominance.
Oh, he's going to take a chance and bring it out. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. On first down, here comes this offense. Use the play fake, now to throw. Fires on the move. And the ball is picked off. He'll go out of bounds, but just what they needed to get the ball back. The officials throw the flag, but the offense won't need it. They'll decline that and keep the big play. Line gets set, first down. The give to the tailback. And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play. The offense set for a first down play. They're going to ride this running back. Not much of a gain there on the ground, and that will do it for the first quarter.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Miami 7, Colorado 0.
Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. Back to pass, it's Ward. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be third down. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23.
This offensive coordinator has got to find a way to slow down this defensive end in the 4-3 scheme. You might want to start thinking about double-teaming him with a tight end, maybe using a running back on some chips to try to give your quarterback more time.
That keeps the score. Miami 7, Colorado.
Colorado has the ball back, and the Buffaloes hoping to put their team in prime position on offense. They'll go with a direct snap. Just enough there to get it to the 25, a pickup of 2. After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. He's looking to throw. Got a man. It's Horn. And they pick up just a few on that completion. They'll try to muscle their way forward on third and short from the 29. Now the play fake. Just a short pass to the tight end. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the first down. They have it at the 36.
They pick up the first down on the drag route. I know that seems like a simple route, but it's actually a lot more complex than what it looks like, because that route changes based on whether it's man or zone. If it's man coverage, he's flying across the field. If it's zone, he's got to sit down over the ball in a soft spot.
He's got it downfield for a huge gain. And there was lots of space as he gets it to the 39-yard line.
These guys are called matchup guys. They're not the biggest guys on the field, but they're going to win. Short, and they're going to catch the ball, and they're going to make yards after the catch. You can tell those are the type of guys in college football that are starting to get maximized and used a lot more than they were in the past.
And the Buffaloes have it with a 1st and 10. Caught behind the line. It's Horn. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
And a big key on that throw to the slot receiver, guys, is putting the ball out in front. The location of the throw is what helped that guy get extra yards after the catch.
They're trying to get to it. He'll pull it down. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
We talk a lot about this at quarterback, right? Hard focus downfield, soft focus around you. He wanted to throw that downfield. He just felt the pressure. He knew he had to get out of danger. He was able to do that, use his speed, go get north up the field for a first down. Well done.
Dropping back, it's Sanders. Off the deflection, missed a great chance to force the turnover. Instead, it'll be second down.
Oh, man. Quarterback almost just threw his second interception on as many drives. He's trying to fit that football in there. It gets tipped up in the air. He's lucky that wasn't picked up.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. They'll run play action. Looking for space to the left. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
Get the quarterback off the spot. Make him flush from the pocket. Put a good hit on him. Check, check, check. You want to do everything you can to make the QB uncomfortable. The defense did all three of those on this play and finished it off with a nice lick, nice physical play on the quarterback.
Keeping it on the ground on 3rd and goal. And you want to talk about gang tackling. Everybody on the defense run to the ball.
But after getting stuffed on that run, you now got 4th down. I'm not into chasing points this early in the game. I think you just take the field goal. You try to pay this drive off and this opportunity to put something on the board.
Well, and nowadays you have these analytical cards, and the coaches, they literally look at every situation. Is it more advantageous to go for it or kick it? That's how they'll make this decision.
They'll go to the air. Oh, picked off. Inside the 40. The 30. And he was finding space, and he took it all the way back to the 22.
What an interception. He's dangerous because not only can he catch the ball and pluck it out of the air, but he's hard to bring down, too. This is a guy that I think can play offense for a lot of programs around the country, and he showed you his open field running there.
Touch pass on the jet sweep. Dragged down to the turf, but not before getting the first down.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
He caught it.
Really nice timing on that out route there. Good anticipation by the QB, getting it out on time. And how about the receiver securing the catch, tapping the toes before he went out of bounds.
Two of their 3 red zone trips have come up empty. They'd like to punch it in here on 2nd and goal. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. To the air, it's Ward. And he will score! Touchdown, Hurricane! That touchdown puts them up by at least 2 scores. Too early to say it's over? Probably, but boy, it's starting to feel that way.
It might not be over, but you're in trouble, and you better find some answers really, really quickly. This team is putting everything together, and right now you got nothing going. Come on, give me something.
That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Comes out throwing on first down. Fires to the wideout. Can't hang on, and he'll tell you he really should have made that catch. He had an opportunity right in the middle. It'll be second down.
And quarterbacks got to understand, I know you got your favorites, and you're going to look out there and that guy is really good. I'm going to find ways to get him, but I got to take what the defense gives me, and double coverage is probably not the avenue.
Looking deep down the right side. Pass falls incomplete, and there are still 3 seconds left. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. On third down, going up top. He's not afraid to go deep. And he is finding wide-open defenders all over the field. His third interception of the day. And he'll be brought down, and that's how we'll end the first half.
That's the end of the first half. With the score, Miami.
And the Hurricanes will kick it away to crank up the second half. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. And the Colorado offense is coming back onto the field. Trailing by a couple of scores, they'd like to generate some confidence here early in the third quarter.
Down 2 possessions, the coaching staff met in at halftime, and they've probably scripted this opening drive. Just like they do at the start of the game, they've now got an idea of what plays they feel most confident in, what plays their quarterback is seeing the best to go out here and execute a scoring drive.
Well, and it's nice to get the ball first. Like, I got the first opportunity to...
Another interception. That's his 4th of the day. That kind of play can really get you going, not only on defense, but a great field position for the O at the 37.
That's a bit of a gut punch if you're the offense, because you went in at halftime, you made your adjustments, you're feeling good about your game plan coming here in the second half, and right away you throw an interception to the defense.
Quick pass on the fly motion. Kept it on the ground last time, bringing up a second down. Wide out in motion. They'll try to get outside. Pick up a 5. It'll be third down and 5.
I think one of the hardest things to do is stick to the run when it's not working. But it's those runs right there that are the reason why you have to do it, right? You can't get too one-dimensional. Keep slipping those runs in there. Keep getting a little bit of positive yards. Next thing you know, you look up and you might break one of those after you got them a little bit tired.
And it is well blocked as they pick up enough for a first down.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
Fights his way ahead. They get him down after a pickup of 3. They'll mark it at the 12. Going to work in the red zone. They can pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. Back to pass. It's Ward. Got it. Gets it inside the 5. Down to the 4, and it'll be first and goal. And the Canes are moving quickly down the field. Keeping it on the ground on first and goal. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. Second and goal for the offense. He's looking to throw. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Canes. Like a Thanksgiving turkey. They're just being carved. No shot. They have no idea how to get in this quarterback's head.
He's on fire. Everything he's doing is working defensively. We got to figure something out. We got to try to do something a little bit different. Bring more pressure. At this rate, shoot, He's on so much fire, you might as well just send everybody. Blitz everybody, live with the results, because everything else ain't working anymore.
Colorado offense will take over. 1st and 10.
Colorado has the ball back, and the Buffaloes hoping to put their team in prime position on offense. They'll throw it on 1st down. That's caught. It's Horn. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
To the air, it's Sanders. Working the middle of the field, and it's complete. And he's got enough for a 1st down. Now to see if they have enough time to snap it again here in the 3rd.
And that's good enough for 1st down.
Fresh set of downs after the completion. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. Takes a hit as he fires. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, the defense came into this one knowing if they stop the pass, they win the game, and they have done that. Their guys have won one-on-one on islands. They've been able to get to the quarterback. They've been mixing up their looks. They haven't even allowed 100 yards passing in this one, and that's why they are way ahead here in the 4th quarter.
And that is good versatility there, and a big hit from the backer in pass coverage. 3rd and short from the 44, and we might know if they plan to go for it on 4th down by what they call here. Looking to throw for it. Moves away as he feels pressure. At the 45, on its way. And he was off to the races. Finally tripped up at the 36.
When QBs are able to do this and just pull it down after he sat back there in the pocket a little bit and go make plays, so frustrating for a defense. If I blitz and play man-to-man, nobody's looking at the QB, he can make a big play. If I sit back, he can still scramble, run up, and get a big play. So hard to defend this guy.
The Buffaloes have it with a 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Slings it downfield. And his 5th interception of the game, a miracle they haven't pulled him yet. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
This is a beautiful situation for the defense. When you're up by 2+.